Welcome back, everyone, to a rather chilly Saturday morning here at the Big Top. Currently, it is 10:30. We're sitting at $75. Not too bad for a start. A few things we sold here in the last couple hours. We sold Hitman Absolution for the 360. We sold a PlayStation 1 system with a couple cheap games. I think it was a bass fishing game. Then we sold, he also picked up 2 Super Nintendo games. I think one was NCAA football and a bass fishing game as well. We sold Gex 64. Then we sold $20 worth of comics. So, guys, once things start picking up again, I'll let you know. Well, it is 1 o'clock. We're sitting at $200. Not too bad. Jamie has been hanging out with me today so far since about 11:30. Since my wife is not here, he's been helping me out a little bit just in case, because it has gotten packed a few times when we've had tons of people in here. A few things we've sold here in the last few hours. We sold Need for Speed Underground for the PS2. Jamie, he picked up quite a bit of stuff for me. He picked up Vector Man for the Genesis, Super Mario Brothers Deluxe for the Game Boy Color, Tetris Attack and Madden 95 for the Super Nintendo, Spyro 2 for the PS1, great game. Then he picked up Midway's Arcade Greatest Hits and Activision Classics for the PS1. We then sold Sly 2 for the PS2. Then somebody came in and picked up Wipeout 64, of course, for the N64, and an N64 controller. So, guys, once things start picking up again, I will let you know. Well, guys, it is 2:30. We're sitting at 288. Things have definitely slowed down since 1 o'clock for us. Something else really strange, I've not really bought anything today. Nobody's brought anything in to sell, which is really strange because we always buy at least a few things on each day. So a few things we've sold here in the last few hours. I sold Borderlands 2 and Big Brain Academy. Their friends picked up quite a bit of stuff from us. Professor Layton, complete in box for the DS. Kingdom Hearts 2.5, great shape for the PS3. Lupin for the PS2 complete. Pokemon card trading game loose for the Game Boy Color. Then we sold a universal power cable as well as a PS1, PS2, PS3 S-Video cable. Again, guys, once things start picking up again, I'll come back and let you know. Well, it is 4:20. Yes, I said 4:20. I'm here a little late today. I am packing some stuff up to bring to the store. All the extra games and accessories that we have here, lots of. Been packing them away so we can actually start selling them in our store. We ended up at $394. We only had a couple sales, but they were really good ones. We sold a Dreamcast system. The people that bought like the Kingdom Hearts 2.5 from me came back and picked that up. Then we had a family come in and pick up a PS1 system, like 4 games and an extra controller and memory card. The best games out of that lot were probably like Tomb Raider, Metal Gear Solid, and Driver 2. So now, guys, I am going to end with just a small pan of the shop here at the flea market to show you. There's really not a lot of holes, even though I've pulled about 3 to 4 really big boxes out of the store so far. Welcome back, everyone, to a rather chilly and wet, yes, I said wet, it's been raining all morning here at the Big Top on a Sunday morning. Currently, it's 11 o'clock. We're sitting at 186, not too bad of a start. Unfortunately, most of that was a big trade that I did. I got some stuff in from him, and we did a trade, and I just rang that stuff up so it would show up in our system. So let me go over the stuff we sold here. We sold Sega Bass Fishing for the Wii. I had that in the Wii playing, and it always seems like when you put stuff in systems, if it's a good game, people always end up buying them. We sold Gran Turismo 1 and 2 for the PS1. Then the big trade, he took a Dreamcast, a Japanese copy of Secret of Mana, SimCity 2K for the Super Nintendo, Super Empire Strikes Back for the Super Nintendo, and a Superboy. We don't have any more out here now, but it's a neat little portable Super Nintendo system. We also sold a Wii sensor bar. Now, guys, let me show you what I got in that trade. Well, so onto the trade. The gentleman who picked up all that stuff, he brought in a copy of Bomberman Hero for the N64. Got a copy of 007 World Is Not Enough. He also brought me a PS4, tested it, it works, which is awesome. Nice to have that for the store. I was afraid to buy one, but these guys have brought me so much great stuff, and it's all worked, so that is cool. His buddy then brought in just a few NES games. We got Excite Bike, Astyanax, Top Gun Second Missions, and here is the good one. It's about a $25, $30 game. This is Defenders of Dynatron City. I've never seen this one before. I've heard of it. Never had a copy out here. I also forgot to mention the guy who got all this stuff from me, who brought me the PS4. He also brought an NES, and of course it sold within just a couple hours. I wanted to bring it to the store, but didn't get a chance to. So, guys, once things start picking up again, I'll let you know. Well, a gentleman came in last weekend, and we really weren't buying anything, so I had to turn him away. It was some like 7 to 8 PS2 games. I think I even mentioned it. A lot of kids games. So this today I actually took them in. I normally wouldn't take a lot of PS2 games, but again, these are kids games, and they were in really good shape, all complete. We got a copy of The Incredibles. We got a copy of Jimmy Neutron, Shadow the Hedgehog, Treasure Planet. There's The Incredibles. And 2 SpongeBob games. This is the movie and the Battle for Bikini Bottom, which is like a $10, $15 game. And Thomas came by with some stuff. These were pretty much like $1 a piece. Didn't really want to go through them. There's nothing really fancy in here or anything worth anything. These PC games were all free because I told him I was not going to take him. My wife would kill me if I took them in, so he just let me have them. This is actually kind of cool. Fortunately, it does not have the game. It's Tron Evolution Collector's Edition, but it does have the bike, the light cycle bike inside of it with a display, which is really cool. I may end up picking up the game just to throw it with it to add a little bit of value to it. We also took in a whole bunch of loose DS games with a DS Lite. Let me show you that stuff now. Well, first up, I got a boxed DS Lite in amazing condition. Got that from Thomas. Really cool. Got this really big bag of DS games. Most of those are just commons. I paid like $1.50 a piece for them. We normally sell them for $3.99, so that is actually pretty good. There's maybe a few more $2.99 or $3.99 or $4.99 games or $5.99 games in here. But the good ones were these. We've got Mario Kart DS. We got Super Mario 64 DS. And we've got Zelda Phantom Hourglass, which is also really good. Well, guys, it is 1:30. We are setting at $3.91. Turned out to be a pretty darn good day. A few things we sold here in the last few hours. Again, that NES system that I got in this morning sold. They picked up 5 games and Rolling Thunder 3 for the Sega Genesis. Thomas came in and all that stuff he traded in. He picked up No Man's Sky. I called him a bastard because I really wanted to play that game, but that's okay. We sold 2 Super Nintendo controllers, brand new, aftermarket, and we sold a PS3 that was broken. Had it for a while, let him have it for $20. It was one of the original PS3s that was backwards compatible, but probably a system board issue with it. Well, guys, as you can see, I didn't do a wrap-up at the end of Sunday because I packed my truck full of stuff. We brought just a ton of stuff over to put in our store for Wednesday. So yeah, for like the last hour and a half I packed. We ended up at 434, not too bad. I think we sold Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed for the Xbox 360 and like 20 comics. So if anything happens, guys, while we're unpacking stuff, I may show you a little bit of stuff on the end of this video. Well, first, guys, as you can see, here is said truck packed full of said stuff that I brought. It was just tons of stuff. I brought all the good stuff that was in our cases, but at the end of Friday night, when the store closes, we'll decide we'll like half up the good stuff, so some will stay in the store, and some will go to the flea market. So guys, it's like 7:30. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. We've worked here for about 2 hours tonight on Sunday. Just wanted to tell you a really crazy story about this magazine rack. It was actually in the barber shop, and my wife got it. Landlord let us bring it over. There was actually some Playboys in the barbershop on this rack, if you could believe it. Could you imagine some kids coming in here and rifling through the magazines and finding Playboys? That is crazy. One final thing, I'm just going to give you a quick zoom of the store as it sits right now. There are still holes, but it is still starting to come together. So hopefully by Wednesday or Tuesday night, we will be done. So now, guys, stay tuned for the wrap-up. Well, guys, here is the wrap-up portion of the video. For the weekend, we did 828, not too bad. It is Monday night. We just got back probably about 8 o'clock from the store. Things are still moving forward. We still got some empty spaces, though. Some of the stuff may not arrive, so we're going to have to kind of scramble, figure out to fill some of the empty spaces. Maybe on Tuesday night before we leave, I'll do a little video and call it my final video before the store opens on Wednesday. So guys, if anybody is in the Central Florida area and wants to stop by, we are in Zephyrhills. I will put the address below so you guys can find us, and wish us luck, guys. Thanks again.